My computer's being a little bit weird today. Okay, let me just go ahead and share the waiver really quick. Okay, happy Friday, everyone. I am Christie coming to you from Vancouver, Washington. Let's go ahead and again, just starting with the standing position. And I want you to inhale, bringing the arms up and then down. We're going to do that again, bringing the arms up up here. And once we're here, go ahead and bend those elbows, opening up the chest, staying in a cactus position. Good. Let's take another breath in. And this time we're going to go a little bit deeper into a chest opener. So bringing those arms behind you, clasping those hands. Now, if that's a little difficult to do, you can have your hands on your hips, fingers facing down. Here, I want you to roll those shoulders back, lifting up the chest, looking up towards the ceiling. And then I want you to look over one shoulder, coming back to center. Let's look over the other shoulder. And then come back to center. Now, we're going to rotate to the right. And what I want you to do is fold over that front leg, taking the hands and lifting them towards the ceiling. Again, if the fingers aren't clasped, you can go ahead and keep the hands on the hips, the low back. And then inhale, coming back up, facing center, and then let's go to the other side. So again, back stays straight, bending over that front leg, lifting those arms up. And if you can just check that you're on mute, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. And then inhale, coming back to center. Release those arms. Let's just bring them up and overhead and bring them down. And then we're going to bring them forward, open and close, giving yourself a big bear hug. Open again, this time the other arm over top. Wonderful. Releasing. We're going to come into eagle arms. So bringing the arms in front of you, we're going to wrap one elbow or one arm over the other. Now, sometimes it can be a little hard to get those arms together. So even if you're right here, that's completely fine. Lifting those elbows just slightly. Feeling that space opening up between the shoulder blades. And then releasing, we're going to do the other side. So again, doing what feels best to you, what your shoulders are going to allow you to do. Inhale, lifting those elbows slightly. And then release. Roll those shoulders back and down a few times. And then we're going to come down into a tabletop position. So from here, I want your hips over your knees and then shoulders over the wrist. And then I want you to rock forward slightly, holding for a moment, and then rocking back. We're just getting a little bit of a stretch in the forearms. And then let's do one more. And come back to center. I want you to go ahead and take that right arm out. Extend the left leg making sure those hips are level to the ground. Now you can stay right here, or you can lift that back leg up. We're bringing that belly button to spine, so we're not letting our low back arch. And then bring the hand and knee back into the tabletop. As we inhale, we're going to bring that right arm up to the ceiling. And then exhale, threading the needle. So we're bringing it underneath the left arm, bringing the right ear towards the mat. On your next inhale, bringing that right arm up to the ceiling again. And exhale, bring it down. From here, I want you to do a couple of cows. So as we inhale, we're going to open up the chest. And then exhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin. Now follow your breath here. And then after your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine. We're going to take that left leg. I want you to pivot that leg. We're just going to move that foot behind the body. We're taking that top leg, straightening it, looking up to the ceiling if that feels okay on the neck. And we're bringing that right hand overhead. And then inhale, pressing yourself up. We're going to lift the left arm towards the ceiling and then lean towards that straight leg. Again, looking at the ceiling if that feels okay with the neck. With the right hand that's on the leg, you can either have it on the thigh or on the shin. We want to avoid putting any pressure on the knee. Inhale, coming back up. Now we're going to rotate towards the right, bending that front knee. We're going to have that left knee on the ground. So we're coming into a low lunge. Now here, I want you to plant the left hand, bringing the right arm into the air. And then bringing that right hand down to the inside of that right foot. We're going to lift the left arm into the air. And then bringing that hand back down. Inhale, lifting that upper body. We're grabbing behind the hands, behind the back, or again, you can have the hands on your hips. Take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, we're bringing that upper body towards that front leg. And then inhale, coming back into our low lunge, pressing that back hip forward, releasing those hands, taking that left arm, bringing it back to touch that back shoulder in between the shoulder blades. Right arm grabbing that elbow, coming in to a tricep stretch. And then releasing, bringing both hands down to the mat, bringing that right leg back, coming in to our table. Deep breath in and out. And then I want you to take the left arm, bring it up into the air, and then exhale, bringing it underneath the right arm, left ear to the mat. Inhale, bringing that left arm back towards the ceiling. And then coming back to tabletop. We're going to do those cat cows again. So inhale, opening up the chest. Exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the back. I want you to flow with your breath here. And then on your exhale, come back into neutral. We're going to take that right foot, bringing it behind us, straightening the left leg, bringing the left arm overhead. Again, looking to the ceiling if that feels good to you. Inhale, pressing yourself back up, bringing the right hand overhead. Inhale, coming up, bending that left knee, coming into a half kneeling lunge. We're going to plant that right hand, bringing the left hand into the air. Bringing the left hand down inside that foot, bringing the right hand up. And then bringing that hand down. Inhale, coming up, taking a deep breath in and out. Again, grabbing those hands, lifting up the chest or hands on the back of the thighs. Exhale, coming into that forward fold. Inhale, coming back up, releasing those arms, rolling those shoulders back a few times, taking that back hip, pressing it forward. Right arm comes up and back, grabbing with the left arm. And then releasing, stepping that right leg back into that tabletop position, having the knees the width of the mat, big toes towards each other, sinking the hips back, walking those hands away from you, resting the forehead on the mat. And just take some deep breaths in and out here. And then walk your hands over to the right. Coming back to center. Walking them to the left. Coming back to center. Deep breath in and out. On the next inhale, coming up into tabletop, pressing yourself into a seated position. Resting the hands in your lap, feel free to close the eyes. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, in and out. And then softly blinking your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining today. Have a wonderful weekend. Just a reminder, we will not have classes on Monday in observance of Memorial Day. We'll see you next Friday. Thank you. Thank